Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Comic Relief, the new weekly talk show for all things comics, cartoons, and some other C word that I can't think of right now that relates to comics. We are your hosts. I'm Xndr.
And I'm Jagger.
And tonight we're going to give a spoiler-free, as best we can, mid-season review of Invincible on Amazon Prime right now, and a full breakdown, again, as best as we can, of episode 4 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But first, there was some news that I wanted to mention to you guys since I have all you here. Starting next week, we're actually going to be moving this over to YouTube. This has been something that I've been contemplating for a little bit now, and I think now is a better time than any to go ahead and make that shift to YouTube Live. So every Tuesday from starting next week, we're going to be moving over to YouTube Live on my YouTube channel until we figure out all the kinks and stuff like that, and maybe might even establish our own YouTube channel. So that's going to be a neat little thing. Just Tuesdays or forever? What do you mean? No, not my full channel. Not my full channel.
No. Just Comic Relief.
Yeah, just Comic Relief. And then I might actually throw in maybe like a design stream on my own part.
We'll still be doing the pre-show over on my Twitch channel. So like I'll still be streaming before the podcast and then switch over to the podcast at 8:30.
It kind of makes things a little bit easier since we do upload these over to my YouTube channel. It just makes more sense to go ahead and just do it on YouTube and then, you know, cut out that little bit right there. But anyway, moving on, a little bit of comic book news, not too much within the last week, but Jagger, you want to enlighten us?
Yeah, so small spot, we got an Army of the Dead trailer, the new zombie show from Zack Snyder. That's coming out soon. We got a announcement that the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins film is actually going to be coming out. They haven't given an actual release date for it yet. They just showed concept designs for Scarlet, Baroness, and Storm Shadow. So that'll be kind of interesting to see the origins of Snake Eyes. We got news that the director of Kong Skull Island and the assistant director from Godzilla vs. Kong, Jordan Vogt Roberts, he's helming a live-action Gundam movie specifically for Netflix. Not sure how I actually feel about it, but
yeah, same.
Could be interesting.
I mean, if anyone here watched Death Note, I mean, just the history of live-action anime adaptations haven't been the best.
Yeah, I think the only decent one that Netflix ever put out was Bleach, and that was just because it was like the first 3 episodes of Bleach. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for it because I was talking to Coop about it, and he was even saying, he's like, the speed at which Gundams move, it would be horrible looking in live action. Like, you just can't really translate that to a live action setting very well.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how they play that off. My only thing is, since I'm still an entry level weeb, I hope to God they don't try and do a live action adaptation of My Hero Academia.
Oh God, please no. With the anime movies that they're doing that are good, like the My Hero movies that have been coming out in theaters have been genuinely great. I think they should just leave it at that. Don't touch it live action, because I don't need to see a buffed up Arnold trying to play All Might.
Right.
Because I know that's exactly what they would try to do. And it would
young Midoriya.
Blast Ultra. It would be awful. I'd hate it.
Oh my God.
But other exciting news that I'm actually very happy about, because he's one of the most underrated comic book characters I've seen. Like, he's actually getting a live action show. Moon Knight. They released video of Oscar Isaac training before he debuts as Moon Knight, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with
this. Is gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be awesome, because Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight is a casting I didn't know that I needed, but now that I know that it's there, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've always loved, like, literally any role that Oscar Isaac has been in, aside from Apocalypse. And even there's some aspects of Apocalypse that I kind of was okay with.
Yeah, he did the performance
very
well
minimal,
enough.
but
He did the performance well enough for what he was given, so I'll give him that.
yeah. Okay, right. I love you to death, but I will say this right now: Moon Knight is nothing like Batman.
No, God, no. I mean, Moon Knight literally
I know
busted
a lot of
Dracula's
people
lair.
out there will sit there and try and say, "Oh yeah, Moon Knight is Marvel's answer to Batman." Not at all.
No,
not in the slightest.
Moon Knight is a whole different entity altogether. Moon Knight is one of the characters that kicks down Dracula's front door and says, "Come on out, bitch! You owe me money." Like,
wait, like so explain that part to me a little bit, because I've seen that part like on like Instagram and stuff like that. I've seen like the comics and stuff like that, but I didn't know the backstory behind that.
So there's not really a whole lot of backstory. There's a lot of like callbacks to Moon Knight back when he was on like a supposed like supernatural team, sort of like a Justice League Dark kind of scenario, where it was like Morbius and Dracula was on it and all that stuff. And there's been jokes back and forth about how a bunch of people owe Moon Knight money, or they owe him favors because he's the best, because he's such a cocky asshole that he's just like, yeah, I'm the best, and I did this and I did that, and he's a storyteller and he just does his thing. And apparently he has to go back and visit Dracula at some point, and he's like, I know you're in here, bitch, you owe me money. And I don't know if it's an actual joke, if he actually does owe him money. I have no idea.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking, like, in what scenario would Dracula owe Moon Knight money?
I have no idea.
Like, did they go clubbing one night and he fronted him for beers or some shit?
Maybe they went clubbing with Zemo.
Oh my god, yes. Speaking of Zemo, let's move on to our well, actually no, let's cover Invincible first. Let's do our little spoiler-free review of Invincible. So let me get your thoughts.
It's gonna be
tough.
It's
gonna be difficult. It's gonna be pretty difficult because there's so much going on. That's one thing I want to point out about Invincible. If you haven't seen Invincible yet, please give it a chance. Even if you're not into cartoons,
all you need to do is watch the first episode all the way through.
Yeah, the first episode sold me, especially the very end. There's a big moment at the very end that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the series.
Yeah,
and my god, it is amazing because
it was mind-blowing.
Not only so, I'm not gonna say that this is a spoiler in itself, because it ends with a twist, and every episode ends with a twist.
Yeah,
there's something going on, and it literally ends.
And they're big twists too. They're like
no,
like
every single episode
Shyamalan is at home like fawning over it kind of twist.
Like every single time I watch an episode, and at the very end, the last thing I utter is, "What the fuck?" Like I remember after the last episode, I was messaging you on Instagram. I was just like, "Bro, like, what the fuck? Yo."
Yeah. Yeah. I knew you'd watched it too. I saw the message come in all caps. Yo, what the fuck? I was like, he watched it. But yeah, go ahead. So my overall thoughts on it, like I started watching the show and I was like, okay, this is kind of like your very typical modernized version of a superhero cartoon. It had the feel of like X-Men Evolution and the old Spider-Man TV series, but kind of modernized. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I mean, the beginning kind of felt like Sky High to me, but
a little bit,
yeah, it was like kid doesn't have his powers and he all of a sudden gets his powers, blah blah blah. That's not really a spoiler, that happens in the trailer. But then like you said, the ending of the first episode was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Is like you're watching it and you're like, okay, this is pretty cool, this is going, and then that last part you're like, hold on, this is how it's gonna be.
I was like, it's this kind of show, and it's like it changes the whole feel of how the show is gonna go, and they keep that tone through the rest of the series. Like there are moments where it's like, okay, this is a very typical superhero show. Like he's learning, he's training, he's getting his powers, he's making friends, more heroes come in, this, that, and the other, and then boom, something else crazy happens, and you're just like, holy shit, what is going on? And then those wow moments kind of start to infiltrate more and more of the show. So like the last episode was like almost 80% of the show was oh my god, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Not like confusion, but like complete disbelief that they're doing this in a show. And
Yeah. Well, because like up until this point, what are we on, episode 5 now with
I think this week will be episode 6. Hold on, let me check that.
Yeah, because basically what I'm getting at is with Invincible, they've been setting up all these different story arcs, and it's finally getting to that point where they're interweaving all these different arcs all at once. And the way that it's written is just astounding to me, because I don't think I've seen a show, any like live action or cartoon, that was as well written as this is.
Yeah, it's very well written, and the pacing is good, the animation is good, the voice cast is incredible. I mean,
right?
Yeah. So this week will be episode 6.
Okay, yeah. So we just finished episode 5.
So I think there's 8 episodes in total, 8 or 9 in this season.
I think it was 8. I think it was one of those 8 episode ones.
Yeah. So we have 3 episodes left in the season. And we're gonna be going through a whole breakdown of the show later on. It'll be after Falcon and the Winter Soldier is done and Invincible is finished up. They'll finish up about the same time.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna be doing a
we'll definitely have to grab Mormon.
Yeah, we're gonna do a full breakdown of Mormon. We'll talk about the differences between the show and the comics, and we'll give like a full breakdown. That will be like our spoiler filled. Like if you don't really want to watch the show, but you listen to it and you hear certain things that you want to see, and that's what piques your interest, that's the episode to watch for sure.
Yeah, let's see here. And if you're a celebrity person, I will say this. So you have your lead, the lead character, the teenager, Mark Grayson, is played by Steven Yeun, from The Walking Dead. You have Sandra Oh, who plays his mother, very well known from Grey's Anatomy. You have J.K. Simmons, needs no introduction there. You have Zazie Beetz, who was Domino in Deadpool 2.
Yep.
You also have Gillian Jacobs. If you're a Community fan out there, I love you.
Britta.
Yep.
She's not the worst in this show.
She is not the worst. You have Jason Mantzoukas. He was very prominent in Big Mouth. He's also shown up in, I'm pretty sure he showed up in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right?
Yeah, he was Pimento. He was Detective Pimento in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and he basically plays that exact same character in this show.
Exactly. Wait, that Britta? Yep, Britta.
Yep, that Britta. She's one of the
Zachary Quinto. The big thing that resonates with me with Zachary Quinto is Heroes back in the day.
Yes.
But also he played Spock.
Siler.
We got Mark Hamill showing up soon.
Yep.
Art. Has he already shown up?
Yeah, he's the costume designer.
No way! I didn't even realize that. Holy
Art
shit!
Rosenbaum.
Oh my god. But you got Clancy Brown. You got Seth Rogen. Fred Tatasciore, which I know him as the Hulk from a lot of Marvel's animated stuff. Mahershala Ali plays Titan.
My favorite cameo so far is Reginald VelJohnson.
Oh, right.
It's so good.
Oh man. And then you got John Hamm who plays Steve.
Yep.
So it's a crazy fucking cast.
Very big cast.
It's just amazing. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you watch Invincible. If you don't have Amazon Prime, what are you doing? Come on, you could use that for a Prime sub towards me or Jagger.
Yeah, you could.
But no, seriously, hit me up on DMs and stuff like that. I'll give you my login. We'll work it out.
I mean, hell, if you have a Amazon Prime, maybe we'll do a watch party marathon on one of our streams or something.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, we should probably set that up. We could probably set that up for the finale. Yeah. Do like a marathon or something.
Could definitely could.
Did we mention Seth Rogen as Al? Yes, we did. Yeah, we mentioned Seth. He just shows up as Alan the Alien. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a great series. It's definitely a great series. It was also the original comic book was written by the same person who wrote The Walking Dead.
Yes.
So Vandal says in 2-day shipping.
And 2-day shipping, yes.
Sometimes next day shipping.
Sometimes, yeah. Or same day in certain cases. I've seen that happen.
Really? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
my cousin, he called me and was like, "How fast does Amazon normally ship?" And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "I just ordered a Fire Stick in the morning and it showed up on my doorstep that afternoon." I was like, "What?"
Holy. If you're close enough, the same. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. But all right. Well, I think that wraps up our spoiler, because I feel like if we get any further into Invincible, it's just we're just gonna end up spoiling
I'm gonna start gushing about the story, and I'm gonna start dropping shit. So we need to move on to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or else I'm gonna be the Tom Holland of this show.
So moving on to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right off the bat, let's go ahead and get that spoiler alert out of the way.
Yep.
All right. This is your one and final warning.
Okay. So that's their warning. 3, 2, 1. John Walker got his fucking ass beat. I love it.
Right?
I loved watching that prissy fuck get beat to hell by the Dora Milaje.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay, so the moment that it kicked in for me was where John Walker sits there and he says the Dora Milaje don't have jurisdiction here, and they respond with, the Dora Milaje have jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje find themselves. Sorry, I was like tripping over my words, but like
it was such a cold ass line. I loved it.
I remember like me and Jackie were sitting there just watching it, and as soon as she said that, both like in unison, we're like, oh shit. Oh. Oh, such a good episode.
And when he put his hands on her, and I literally paused it. I'm like, oh nah, nah. He done fucked up now. I face palmed. I felt the pain that man was about to feel.
Yeah, it's almost like you know, the stories about the British guards outside the what, oh God, I'm so terribly sorry if Emily is out here watching or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't know much about England, but you know, outside of where the Queen is,
Buckingham Palace.
I'm just gonna sign off now. Because as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh fuck me.
The place,
yes,
the
Queen's
Queen's house.
Yeah, the Queen's shed.
her she shed.
Her royal outhouse. Yes.
Yes.
Her,
it's basically the same deal.
An idiot now.
You can mess with them all you want, but if you assault them, they will beat you to death.
Yeah, basically, as long like if you even touch them, like the story goes like if you touch them at all, then you're fucked. Yeah. Oh hey Mormon, you just missed it. We were just talking about Invincible. We were just giving our spoiler-free, just past mid-season review. We were talking about how we're gonna bring you on for the full-on spoiler review and breakdown. But now we're moving on to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But yeah, no, dude, like, and what got me was like, she knew the password to Bucky's arm.
Yeah, she just like, well, I mean, they made it, so I mean.
Right, but I mean, like, that it was made by Shuri, right?
Yeah,
or was that confirmed?
Yeah, Shuri made it, but I don't understand why people were all like in an uproar about how they're like, oh well, they never trusted him, so they created a failsafe. I'm just like, no, they just detached the arm. He can detach it himself if he wants to, so they know how to detach it, obviously. But like, I relate it to the kind of thing where it's like, you have this super soldier with a vibranium arm. You need to have somebody that knows how to stop that. It's like very similar to how Batman has a contingency plan for every member of the Justice League.
Right.
It's a just-in-case scenario. It's not about trust or anything like that. It's just, you need a contingency plan for people who have superpowers.
See, this is what happens when people think with their emotions, you know? You're like, oh my God, they didn't trust him. Man, I'm just kidding. But no, it makes sense.
Your fail-safe offends me.
Let's see here. I was just, they hit like his left nipple and it fell off. I was like, oh yeah, shit, that's
like,
kinky.
It's like an eject button, just, yeah.
Not gonna lie, I got like total Buzz Lightyear vibes from that scene.
I am Mrs. Nesbit.
Let's see here. Let me catch up with chat real quick. I would have assumed they could deactivate it whenever they want. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty normal assumption.
Yeah, Mormon brings up a good point though. It's like a sequence.
It was like a sequence. Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't
It
just
was
like a pressure
bink,
point and
bink,
it popped
bink.
off. Yeah.
Hit a few spots, then pop. Yeah. I think
Yep.
it was like a couple spots, and then she did like a swipe with her hand, like she used her hand like a credit card. It was like declined. But one thing I noticed,
Insufficient arms.
One thing I noticed throughout the episode in particular was, so we already touched on the fact that there was a subplot that was written out because of the coronavirus.
Yes.
We touched on that last episode. I felt it a lot more in this episode because there were a few things that didn't necessarily add up, and there was a lot more. I forget the like term for it, but it's like when they cut away and they add in the audio in post. And there are a lot of like one that sticks into my memory right now because I'm terrible and I didn't rewatch it the night before. But it was when they're all gathered around in that like outdoor like alcove area and they're listening to the news and they're talking about the bombing and how the GRC is pushing for stricter borders. That part to me, like I feel like the reaction that the rest of them kind of had, it didn't feel like part of the same story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it felt very disjointed from everything else. You almost didn't get the inclusiveness of that scene.
Yeah.
Because of what they've cut out. I mean, it still made sense on its own, right? But it really didn't have as much impact as it could have had if they'd left the original storyline in.
Yeah, and like looking at where we're at in the series right now, because we have 3 more episodes.
So it's episode 5.
Is it 3 or 2
episodes left? 3. It's 8.
It's 8 episodes total. Okay. Yeah, so we have 3 episodes left, and we still haven't heard anything about we haven't heard anything about that, like that I think it was episode 2 where they had the truck full of vaccines. Nothing about vaccines. Like what were the vaccines for? You know.
Let me double check on how many episodes we have.
Listed as 6 on IMDb. So we have 2 more episodes.
Okay, yeah. So 6 episodes. You're right.
Oh wow.
So they have a lot
We're
to
just
wrap
about
up
done.
in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I've already heard rumors that, and this was actually from, I believe, the actual showrunner, that this next episode, there's going to be a character reveal that is going to be absolutely nuts.
Yeah, they're saying that this one is like a legitimate, not like a red herring like they did with WandaVision. Like this is a legitimate character reveal with a big name actor, like Academy Award winning actor or actress.
Yeah, so this is going to be the Power Broker.
Right.
And we've already seen a lot of speculation online.
So who do you so final thoughts, final guess, who do you think the Power Broker is?
I have a top 3.
You have a top 3.
Yeah, I have a top 3.
Okay, let's see if yours match mine.
All right, so number 1, the one that I absolutely think it's gotta be, and this is thanks to you for showing me, Justin Hammer.
Yeah, that one made so much sense after I saw it.
Yeah, Justin Hammer would be my first pick for the Power Broker. Second, and this is just because I really want to see it happen, Arnim Zola.
Okay.
And then third would be the Mandarin.
Okay, so I think Justin Hammer, I put him at 3.
Okay.
Because it's very plausible, but I don't know if Sam Rockwell is free right now. I think he's tied up in other projects. So, not entirely sure. My number 1, mainly because I just really want it to happen, is Doctor Doom.
Oh, yeah.
Like pre-Cosmic Storm Doctor Doom. Like politician, borderline dictator.
Yeah, just dictator Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom, like him, no powers, no nothing. Just give me that prelude into that.
Let's see here. What we got in chat right now? We got Wi-Fi says Deadpool.
Of course he does.
Mormon says Joe Pesci.
Yeah, it's Joe Pesci. Of course. He's gotta be it.
Let's see. Right says Zola so they can do Dimension Z and bring Cap's son into the MCU.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. The only other one that I can think of, God,
What if
who
it
else
was
did I say?
MODOK?
Oh God.
Throw that out there.
I do not want to see that creepy SOB on this show. MODOK makes my skin crawl.
Another one that I had heard recently was the leader. Bringing in him. Because we saw that kind of it didn't really come to fruition just yet, but we've noticed like with Secretary Ross, they are still keeping that somewhat canon. See, Mormon says, "Oh, Sharon Carter theory, get out." Nope, I do not like that theory at all. If that ends up being it, I will sign off from the MCU. I do not like that at all.
Yeah, no, I don't like that theory either. I don't see how they could plausibly do it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get why people are theorizing that, but
yeah,
come on, that's like Mephisto after Mephisto was already like proven that it's not gonna happen.
Right. It's like,
and people are still crying out Mephisto. I'm just like, stop.
It's like the people who are still waiting for episode 9 of WandaVision.
Yeah. Another Luke Skywalker cameo. To be fair, it could be an altruistic intention gone wrong. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. The way they're presenting the power broker is very much like a Kingpin kind of vibe.
That's another one. That's another one that I think I mentioned that last episode.
Yeah, you mentioned Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin because that's all part of the universe now.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool too.
That would be neat. I don't see how to do one that would make us cry.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I'm really pulling for Doom myself.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
I feel like Doom, honestly, I'd probably put that in my top 3 now too. I'd probably push out the Mandarin.
It's more so just because I want it.
I feel like if Victor Von Doom ended up being the power broker, that's probably like, yeah, I'd probably cry.
Yeah.
I would
fans have been clamoring for Doctor Doom for so long, like a really well done Doom.
Like a really good Doctor Doom, and it would be great to establish Victor Von Doom as the leader of Latveria, all that jazz. Let's see, I feel like it's not going to be someone established. I think it'll be someone that'll get folks hyped. I think Mandarin would be most likely. Yeah, I like that. That's why I had Mandarin listed up there, because I feel like it would make sense. But we already know the casting. We already know the casting of the Mandarin at this point, so it's just like, and plus they hinted at the fact that it's an award-winning actor, and I don't think anyone's ever heard of the actor that's playing the Mandarin, really.
Yeah. He's relatively unknown.
Yeah. But
Odin. It's not Odin.
It's Odin.
God, no.
It's Loki. Good
I
lord.
hope not. I'd be upset. I'd cry from disappointment.
Yeah. No, I think Victor Von Doom would definitely probably make me cry. And it was like, I don't know. It was like Cillian Murphy. Like a young Doom.
Ooh.
Yeah?
I didn't think about that one. Be good.
That'd be pretty cool.
I could get on board with that. Okay, so moving on from that, let's get to the super soldier serum debate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so in the episode, basically, Sam is trying to convince Carly Morgenthau to give back the super soldier serum because he understands her cause, but he doesn't agree with how she's going about it. So he's trying to convince her to kind of back down, do things the right way, do things the way like the Avengers would do it.
Right.
Not quite the level that the government would do, but the way the Avengers would do it, sort of by a certain code, but not by the book.
Right.
And in that chase, naturally, John Walker fucks it up, and she runs, and then enters Zemo, who then smashes all but like one vial of the super soldier serum. Yep. And fucking John Walker picks it up, stuffs it in his pocket, and then you get this scene where he's talking to Battlestar about whether he should take it or not. And he asks Battlestar if he would take it, and without hesitation, he says yes, he would.
Yep.
Now my question to you, Xander.
That just goes to show, like, so, and I've been seeing this everywhere. But it, like, even in that moment, I thought of back to Captain America, the first Avenger, where Erskine says, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but they're not looking for the perfect soldier. They're looking for a good man.
Yeah.
Right. And these guys, they're the perfect soldiers.
Yeah.
But if you look at, you know, what they go through as a soldier and through war, through some pretty tough decisions, like, and speaking from some, you know, personal experience with this, the perfect soldier is not necessarily a good man.
Right.
It's almost like Thanos in a sense, to where it takes someone with the will to do what is necessary. It may not be the right thing in most people's eyes. It might not be a good thing, but it's what's necessary, and what's necessary isn't always good. Yeah. I mean, he was gone. Sorry, I forget you type like this. we were gonna get full blown U.S. agent somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like they said, the serum makes good better and bad worse.
Yep.
If you were presented with the option, would you take the serum?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Me either.
I'm a terrible person.
Nobody wants.
I will say this right now. I've made some shitty ass decisions in my life, and some of which I don't regret.
And honestly, I'd be way more concerned about me being the saddest, most depressed Captain America ever. I mean, nobody wants Captain Sad Boy to be presenting.
Listen, when Warp Tour went away, we did get Sad Fest.
True. We did.
So I think Sad Fest needs their mascot.
Oh well.
Mormon, I sort of want Captain Sad Boy. Can we collaborate on a new comic relief original comic book right now, Captain Sad Boy?
I have an in-house artist, quite literally in-house.
There you go.
So
let's see.
Stay tuned for Captain
Coop says, "Man, I would take that serum." Oh yeah. He tosses Doritos while listening to MCR. Oh my god.
He just has two speakers on his shoulder.
We might actually have to contact what's his name?
Gerard Way.
Yeah, we have to contact Gerard Way to kind of lend some advice.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I don't think I mean, the sad boy jokes aside, I don't think I would take the serum. I would be too afraid of it taking the things that I don't want to be enhanced. I
feel like they talk about it almost like I don't know if you've ever heard this, but like those friends that do shrooms.
Yeah.
They're like, you want to be in the right headspace, man. Like, yeah. So it's like with this, like, yeah, you want to be like, you know, in a good frame of mind before you fucking take this shit.
Now think happy thoughts. Think I'm a good boy. And Jack's, oh crap, I'm angry. Oh no.
Yep. Oh great, we have Red Hulk 2.
Oh, that would be fun.
Can we please get Red Hulk here? I would take.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Captain Sadboy would be.
Captain Sadboy would be a villain.
Yeah. Surprise. Captain Sadboy teams up with U.S. Agent.
Oh no.
U.S. Agent just goes on a killing spree and Captain Sadboy cries the whole time.
Why are you doing this? I really want to see this now. Let's get a concept of Captain Sadboy going.
We'll start rough sketching some storyboards.
Yeah.
Put it behind me or something. I don't know.
Man. But yeah, so he
stemming from that.
Yeah, he ends up taking the serum.
Sadly.
I mean, it was honestly, if you're a comic book fan, it was expected.
Yeah, it was bound to happen.
And it kind of follows in line with the source material. Yeah. In a way, because in the comic books, he is given his powers by the power broker, and the serum was developed
by the
power broker
by proxy.
Yeah. So in a sense, it makes sense. Did he take it? Like, did we see it happen? No. He took it off screen, which I was actually surprised that they went about it that way.
It was kind of a shocking thing because like when you're in the moment and you're watching the scene and you realize, oh, he's a super soldier now. Like the way he was moving, the way he was fighting, and
Yeah.
his movements were faster.
Like, did we see it happen and I missed it? I thought he was still empowered at the end. No, so there was a moment during the stairwell fight where he's attacked by like this guy grabbed like a pipe or something like that, like a piece of a pipe, and like swung it at him. He stops it and he takes the pipe and bends it around the guy's hand.
And then you get this nice shocked face from Sam, or is it Sam or Bucky?
It was Sam.
Yeah, and he was just like, oh no, he took the serum. Like that's the moment you realize, okay, he's a super soldier now.
Okay.
And then he just gives, they keep giving chase, and eventually our dear boy Battlestar is now a casualty.
He took a wallop to the face, or was it to the chest?
I think it was to the chest, and then
I got hit in the chest like that once. I remember it was freshman year, my first time playing varsity lacrosse, and then one of the seniors was like, "Yo, let's test out this this new gear." I put on my shoulder pads and everything. It had that chest pad. Took one big punch right at my chest. I went back like 6 feet. He's like, "Yo, you good? You good?" I'm
dying, but I'm
good. I didn't die. Come on, man. Battlestar. What the fuck's wrong with you? Get up.
I don't think Battlestar had any protective gear on his chest. He kind of just had a little bit of Kevlar. I mean,
he's fine. He's fine. He's gonna come back in the finale.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
What? Plot twist. He's the power broker.
Better yet.
That's what's gonna make us cry, because we're like, oh no, he's dead. Oh no, he's alive. See that, because John Walker just got hit just like that into a car and lived before he was powered. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, he got hit into a car, which stopped the impact. Battlestar got hit and he got sent tumbling, and then his head hit like that rock thing behind him.
Oh yeah, he got Gwen Stacy'd.
Yeah, he got Gwen Stacy. He got fucked. Yeah, he got kathunked.
Yeah.
And that just sends John Walker into a rampage, and you get to see him bloody the shield for the first time basically ever.
In front of billions.
People are recording it. It's up on World Star. Joe Rogan's already got a podcast episode about it. And he's just like, oh yeah, John Walker. John Walker.
Yeah, Elon Musk came back for a third episode just for that.
Yeah.
He's like, what's 10 more points off of fucking Tesla stock? You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's talk about John Walker beating a man to death in the middle of the street with Captain America's shield. Like, come on. And it shocked me how brutal they made that scene look. Like, the amount of blood on the shield was pretty out there for Marvel. Like, they're getting a little gritty, which I like.
I like it.
I'm liking
the
way
like it
that
because
they're
we've
taking
already
it.
seen darker elements with WandaVision,
Yeah.
which we touched on, and now we have darker elements with this. So it's kind of like it's starting to set the tone a little bit more. Like, hey, guess what? This ain't 2008 Iron Man.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the shit now.
We're doing some serious shit here, and it's nice to see that Marvel is actually evolving with the times.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
They realize that they can't.
It's
keep
also
the same
evolving
going.
with its fan base too.
Yeah,
because you have to think, like, back in 2008 when Iron Man came out, it was all like us when we're much younger.
Yeah,
we're just like, oh my god, Iron Man, just coming off that high of, you know, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah, and the original X-Men movies.
Yeah, even though they're looking back on them, they did not age well.
No, they didn't. But I still have very fond memories of seeing those in theaters. So
absolutely,
we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, but holy shit, the CGI in X-Men 1, my god.
Please no. Please.
Sorry, I just need just a moment of silence. I'm gonna pause the music real quick.
Cue My Heart Will Go On, please, Alexa.
No, wait, that's the wrong one.
Are you just singing Whitney Houston?
Yes, that was for Wi-Fi if he's still here. but yeah, no, fuck, I completely lost my train of thought. Save me, Jagger, save me.
That's basically where the episode ends off. Is just John
Yeah.
Walker standing there with a bloody shield, and we still don't have an end credit scene, which I don't think they're gonna do one for this series. I think they're just kind of putting everything out in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do get one, it's gonna be this episode. It's gonna
Yeah.
tease something.
See, we were not thankful enough for what Favreau did for us. I agree.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of us were kind of. I mean, if you watched the Mandalorian at all, I think that whole side of the fan base, because I watched the Mandalorian. I talked a lot with some of my friends. They're also big Marvel fans as well, MCU fans as well. And they're like, Favreau's just killing it out there for the fans.
Yeah.
And each and every single one that I've ever spoke to, they always mention he kickstarted the MCU.
He did.
Because even then, back then, that was before Disney owned it.
Yeah, that was Marvel. That was Marvel before it was Marvel Studios. He
Yeah.
created it with his own budget. It was technically an indie film when
Yeah.
it first got out there. Marvel Studios didn't become a thing until almost till after Iron Man 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I remember
did-
seeing on like Facebook where they were saying like Disney acquires Marvel Studios for Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a mind of
It was
a
a
generation.
big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's amazing what he's done for not only Marvel but with the Star Wars universe. Because like watching the Mandalorian, I was like, this is breathing new life into Star Wars.
It really did.
Where I like even with the newest Star Wars films, I was not impressed.
Yeah, Mandalorian
Like-
definitely blew my mind, and it
Mhm.
sparked a whole new slew of series that they're gonna do, like the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. The Book
Mm-hmm.
of Boba Fett is gonna come out soon or eventually.
Yep.
So we're getting more love for characters that we didn't get love for back
Mhm.
then.
But back to Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we end with Walker kind of overlooking his victim.
Yep.
And he looks around and I think he realizes, because I think it plays up on some of the imagery that I saw in some of the trailers, where there's a scene where you can see Walker in like this vacant warehouse, and
Mhm.
he's kneeling, and he's kind of, I guess, trying to come to grips with what he's done, because
Yeah.
honestly, I feel bad for the character, because he is a soldier, but he does have a heart. He does. It plays up on the theme of the show, which starts with Sam Wilson giving up the shield to the U.S. government, because he mentions, I was just doing what I thought was right. Same as Walker. Put yourself in his shoes. Put yourself in the mindset of someone who, you went to boot camp. All right, you went to Afghanistan. All you know is basically war. All right, all you know is getting the mission done.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you have your best friend, your partner, killed right in front of you, and you have one of the people who is associated with the person who had done it.
Well, it's also moments after you've taken a super soldier serum that is now altering your personality and enhancing all of
That too.
the parts about
That
you.
too.
So like your commitment to your friend and your feelings towards people around you and your to the mission
And
is
the,
now
all of
all
that
of a sudden
just being
enhanced.
enhanced by that super juice, the secret
You gotta
sauce, as
imagine-
Bugs Bunny would call it.
You gotta imagine how overwhelmed his mind was in that moment. Like he was
Yeah.
just furious, like Hulk smash kind of furious.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can imagine.
Which is weirdly enough, like, so I don't think we've actually mentioned it at this point, but Wyatt Russell has been receiving death threats
Yeah,
for portraying this character.
which sucks.
For one, I don't hate John Walker. I don't hate the character of John Walker.
No,
I don't
think
see
he's
where the
necessary.
hate is coming from. Is it just because you're that infatuated with Chris Evans' Captain America? Like,
I guess it's like people who don't want to let go of what we've had for so long, because I mean, Chris Evans has been there since phase 1. Same with Robert Downey Jr., where a lot of people were so upset that they were sending these nasty letters to Marvel and to Kevin Feige, like, how could you kill off Tony Stark?
Mhm.
Like he's the heart of the
It's
MCU.
a
And then
story.
and
I don't know.
you lost like in one movie we've lost two of the big cornerstones for Marvel. You lose Chris Evans as Captain America, and you lose Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. Like,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, the first time you're gonna introduce another Captain America, it's not Steve Rogers, it's John Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not meant to be a good replacement for Chris Evans. He's meant to be a precursor to U.S. Agent, who
I
is
guess
not
I just
Captain
can't wrap my head around, people taking this more than what it is. It's a story.
Yeah.
They're telling
a lot of people
story.
see it as that. It's upsetting.
And you get so wrapped up in it that you're gonna send the actor death threats. What kind of fucking idiot are you?
Right.
I'm not even gonna hold my tongue on this.
No.
You're a fucking moron if you're gonna sit there and write a letter to an actor portraying a character that he's getting writing. This is what you say. This is what you do. Just do it to the best of your ability. All right, cool. That's it.
It's not like he's writing it himself. He's not making it up as he goes. This isn't ad-libs. This is scripted, like heavily scripted. This is fucking Marvel. Marvel doesn't make things by accident. They don't take outtakes and throw them in their movies. Everything that's shown to you on the screen is intentional. Every detail is necessary. That's what they do. They've done it since the end of Phase 1.
Let's see here. I don't think people understand the fact that there are characters you aren't supposed to like. It's written. Yep. I had someone in my stream the other day talking about what he's done to the Shield. I had to go into the fact that too much of the show has taken a symbol and has people worshiping it.
Yeah, a lot of people are super hyper fixated on the Shield as like a symbol. And like, whereas, okay, so it is technically a symbol, but it's not like the end all be all like the Infinity Stones. It's a shield made of vibranium. Guarantee Shuri's working on a second prototype of one right fucking now in Wakanda. Like, oh god, John Walker has a shield. Let's make a different one for Sam because I can make it better. They made this back in what, the 50s? Out of nothing.
Probably,
like they didn't even know what vibranium really
40s.
was. 40s, yeah, in the 40s. This has been like 70 something years, 70, 80 years. I'm sure Shuri could take some Wakandan tech and make a better shield. Which I think that she might actually do.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty awesome.
I think she's gonna either she's doing it on her own or Steve commissioned her to do it because he knew it was gonna happen. Like he knew he was gonna not come back, so he talked to Shuri and said, "Hey, I need you to make a shield for Sam." Because this one will not work for him because of the wings. So I think she might be working on a new shield for him, which could be one of the big teases for the next few episodes.
So this brings up another ideal, and if you're in chat right now, you can go ahead and place your vote as well. But so you think Sam's gonna be the new Captain America by the end of this? You think he's gonna get the shield?
I do. If he doesn't get that shield, I think he's going to get his own.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that Sam's gonna see that shield as something different now, because it's got death on it. It's got blood spilled and tainted by John Walker, and I think John Walker's gonna take that shield and keep it for his time as U.S. agent. So, and I honestly think because of the introduction of the Wakandans, they're gonna introduce a new shield. That's designed to work better with Sam as the Falcon.
See, Mormon says, I hope there's no Captain America. I hope Sam gets the shield, but he's still Falcon. Okay. Let's see. Coop says, this whole thing is a lesson in damned if you do, damned if you don't. So you might as well do it your way. And he also said that he believes Sam is. I actually think the way that this is being written, and I mean, this could go one of two ways, but so originally I thought that Sam was going to get the shield by the end and he'd take the mantle as Captain America, and then Torres would take up the mantle as Falcon. But seeing as we only have 2 episodes left, I don't see that happening this season.
Right.
So I think by the end of it,
the way that they've written it is that Falcon is establishing himself as his own hero. I think Falcon is going to stay Falcon, and when they get the shield back, I think Bucky's going to have it, and he's going to take the mantle as Captain America because he's been fighting for his identity. He's been fighting for his reason. There are a whole bunch of moments throughout the series where he's like, "What is my purpose? Who am I?" So I think he would take up the mantle of Captain America for the time being. And I think this is one of those series where they could do a season 2, and then throughout season 2, something happens to where Falcon ends up becoming the next Captain America, and then we see that whole story arc with Torres becoming the new Falcon.
Right.
I'm thinking like the longevity of their stories.
Yeah, it could definitely go that way for sure. Like they could kind of stretch that arc out into the movies and a couple other shows, another season of Falcon and Winter Soldier, because they didn't say that this was going to be a one-off.
Yeah.
They've left it open-ended so they could make a season 2 if they wanted to. This is one of those ones where they definitely could.
Yeah.
Or they would like transition into another show.
Let's see here. Saying that America has heroes, it doesn't just have to be Captain America, but if one does, it's Bucky. That's Sam's way of saying, I trust you to be Cap. Get out of my head.
Yeah.
If he was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me. I feel like that's a line supporting that theory. Yeah. I think so.
It could go either way. The showrunners could easily take it any way they want to, and I think either way that they do it, I'll be satisfied.
Yeah. No, I would definitely be happy about either of them. Bucky was Cap for a while in the comics as well. Yeah. So, and I was saying that ever since Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and a whole bunch of people were saying it, like that first little scene where Bucky like catches the shield or like picks it up or whatever, like in that the street fight in DC, where he's holding it in a very Captain America pose. A lot of people were saying that's alluding to the fact that he's either going to be the next Captain America down the line, or that's just a nice little homage to the comic books where he was Captain America.
Well, they've done it a couple times too. They did it in the first Avenger too, when he's on the top of the train.
Yep.
He picks up the shield and he holds it very much like Steve did with the trash can lid. He holds it like Captain America would hold the shield. So they've done it multiple times, and I think they've been leading up to it for a while. So I mean, the evidence is definitely there.
It could go either way. Sam was, but with the Falcon. Yeah, he was the Falcon with the shield and like the red, white, and blue color scheme on his suit, which I think that suit was really dope looking.
It was.
Well, I forgot what was called. It was called that storyline was called Sam Wilson Captain America, right?
Yes,
I think. Yeah. Bucky White Panther confirmed. It's White Wolf.
White Wolf. Get it right.
I just imagine Bucky in World War II sneaking into Steve's tent and playing with the
takes it sledding.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
I am the captain. I'm excited to see what they do in the last 2 episodes, though.
Yeah, we got 2 episodes left. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be really fun to see.
Yeah. I like the way Marvel's going, honestly.
Yeah,
and
I like that they're going darker. I like that they're going. What's the proper way of saying it? I'm terrible with my words.
Slightly edgier.
Yeah, but more like, so we saw it with Civil War, to where there are real life repercussions for the shit that's happening, and we're seeing much more of that. Yeah,
that's true.
Let's see. Coop says, spend a little time in Wakanda and come back to White Panther. Favorite line of the show thus far. You would.
Honestly, I think my favorite line is when Sam looks at John Walker and is like, "You'd have a better chance of fighting Bucky or me than fighting the Dora Milaje."
Yeah.
Like, he legit just like one of them. He's like, "Dude, you don't want to do that," and he does it anyway.
Yeah, mine is one of my favorite line is one of 2. It's either when the Dora Milaje said the Dora Milaje have jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje find themselves, or when Sam said it was episode 2 when Sam said, no, sorcerers are just wizards without hats.
Yeah, that is a good one. That is a good line.
Oh my god, that
What
would
are you fighting Gandalf? How do you know about Gandalf?
I saw that. Oh yeah, how do you know about Gandalf? Because I read The Hobbit when it first
When
came
it originally came out.
Oh my god, what was it? In like 1936. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Oh man, but I think that that wraps up pretty much
wraps
episode
us
4. A lot of the beginning stuff was very much expositional. I think that's also in part due to the rewriting that they had to do to kind of get rid of that virus subplot. So they're kind of just like leading it up to, okay, this is where we're at. Oh, you know, we didn't talk about Zemo too much. He actually had some interesting bits there. Where he's still pretty shady, you know? He's still doing his thing, and he pulled an El Chapo on the
Yeah, he did.
during the whole Dora Milaje fight. He just snuck right out.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see. He probably just snuck out just to go back to see Sokovia, really.
Probably.
Because I remember us talking about that that scene where he's at the memorial, the Sokovian memorial.
I think that'll be this episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be this episode, and it'll probably wrap up his stuff. And I'm assuming it's probably gonna end in a cliffhanger with him kind of escaping and doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Probably
I don't think he's gonna
still
go back to prison.
Yeah, no, I think he's gonna go out and he's still gonna be hellbent on ridding the world of super soldiers.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much episode 4 in a nutshell. We got 2 more episodes. We got one more this week, and then one more next week, and then we can do a full-on breakdown.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Looking forward to these last 2 episodes.
Yeah. Mormon, be on the lookout. We're definitely gonna hit you up for our full-on breakdown of Invincible once the season finishes out. But yeah, thanks guys for joining us today. Tune in next week on YouTube Live. We'll be taking this over to YouTube from here on out. And we're gonna be breaking down episode 5 next week, and any other topics that may come up in between then. If there are any topics, if you're watching on YouTube right now, if there are any topics that you guys want to see us talk about, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. But if you're watching on Twitch, stick around. I'm going to take a break here, and then we're going to jump into some Apex for the new War Games event. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Jagger, any last words?
No, I'm hype.
He's hype.
That's it.
All right,
I'm
guys,
hype.
I'll catch you all in a little bit. Thank you for joining.